Hello there, Mr. Salas here. So today I want to talk about how discovering Coach Greg changed my life. If you don't know who Coach Greg is, he's basically a pro bodybuilder who talks about all the dumb stuff that people say in the fitness industry. And I find it amazing, and it really changed my life, my outlook on the whole fitness industry, what to eat, the diet, everything. So I discovered his videos, and it just made me realize all the dumb things I was doing and thinking. So let's talk about that today. Right, so well, I know this channel is about learning languages, teaching Spanish, teaching English, and teaching all sorts of languages, but I really wanted to talk about this because I think it's really important, especially in Latin America. We don't have a lot of education on, like eating healthy or doing exercise and doing all this stuff, because we still believe myths, and I was there with you, so that's why I want to talk about this. And Coach Greg, he talks about this all the time, and basically I can tell you it's all about calories in, calories out. It took me a long time to accept it, but it's just how it works. I have experimented it for about 2 months now, and you can tell the difference. I had basically no muscle whatsoever before, and now I have some, right? I can see it now. I see some development. So I'm not flexing. Well, I am flexing, but I'm not flexing on anything. I'm just surprised that I was doing exercise on keto, by the way, keto and intermittent fasting, for about like a year, and I had a little muscle, like you could tell I worked out, but it's nowhere to this level, and that was hilarious to me. It's like, wow, I was working out really hard for a year with just killing my gains all the time, and now I discovered, oh well, it's just about how you eat. It's all about eating healthy, and not even healthy in the usual way that we think here in Latin America, which is like, oh, you have to eat chicken, rice, broccoli, and all the food you hate. That's healthy. That's not true. That's not true. And I find it amazing how discovering his videos and checking all the stuff he says, because it's just like when I discovered him, I just saw this guy talking really loudly about and making fun of people and saying how we are all stupid but him. So now I know we are all stupid but him. Now I can accept it. But back then I couldn't. And it was just so dumb thinking about, wow, how I was doing all this stuff. Like, I thought he was really obnoxious at first. I was like, oh, he's just like, talking and doing all this stuff, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then, I was like, oh, he's just like a big clown doing just stupid things all the time. But then after I listened to him, I was like, well, this clown is making some good points. And that's when I discovered, I think I'm the clown, not him. So that's when I said, okay, let's watch some more videos. And he was talking about all the stuff, and he just casually mentioned keto as something stupid on one of his videos. And I was like, I'm doing keto, I'm not dumb. What are you talking about? I lost so much weight at the beginning. And now I'm not losing weight, but still, I know it works. I will keep doing it. And all the fasting and all this stuff I was doing as well. I still believe keto is good for people who are really obese and want to lose weight fast. But then I learned that losing weight fast is not even that healthy or good, because you'll gain it eventually. And it happened to me a lot of times. So what happened with this guy that made me change my life, as I said in the title of this video? Well, I thought about it for a long time. I thought about it. I fought against doing it. I live in a third world country, so it was quite a big price for this. But the moment I bought this book, that's his book, his cooking book. That's Coach Greg, by the way. So when I bought his book, I was convinced this guy knew what he was talking about. And you know what's the funny part? I have only prepared I like to say 3 or 4 things out of here. 3 or 4 only. He has like hundreds of recipes. I have only prepared like 3, and it's funny because like the 3 I have prepared are the popcorn, the ice cream, and the French toast, which are all for free in his channel. So I haven't actually used the book, but it doesn't matter. Like it really feels like it's money well spent. It's like I saw it as some sort of, you know what, you're giving so much for free. I'll have your book, and I might not use it for now, but eventually I'll get tired. Well, not from the French toast because it's amazing, but I might get tired, or I might want something different, and I'll open the book and find something, and I'll just cook it or something, and that's amazing. So basically, what he says is like you have to eat high volume but low dense food. So basically, he says that you have to eat low calorie but high volume food. That's really important. So let's say, and I have discovered so much stuff. As I said, for example, his French toast, that's a favorite of mine. I prepare a bunch of them and I just leave them here. And I have left like 2 of them in the morning, every morning. It's already prepared. I just open it, put it in the microwave, done, and it's amazing. It tastes amazing. It's the best thing ever. I also discovered that I like ketchup, right? So I discovered you can just buy sugar-free ketchup and it tastes the same thing. It's just like a third of the calories. So that's amazing, right? So I also discovered like this canned soup that I thought it was unhealthy. That it's not unhealthy at all. Like quite the contrary. It's like 90 calories for a whole can of soup. That's nothing, and it fills me a lot. So this is amazing for me as well for my diet. And he doesn't, or I haven't heard him mention it, canned soup before. But, knowing the things he said in the videos, I knew, all right, so this is like a high volume food and it's only 90 calories. I can probably have this like as a little snack with a couple, maybe, vegetables in it. So, I learned to buy this from him. Even though he doesn't live in Mexico, he probably doesn't buy this stuff, right? By the way, for those of you who don't know, here in Mexico, we have a really dumb law that puts warning signs on food labels to be careful with stuff like, for example, this one says about saturated fat. It's in Spanish, obviously. Saturated fat and sodium. A lot of sodium. Who cares? It's just calories in, calories out. Now that I know that, everything is so much simpler. And I can ignore what the government says, because the government is full of fat people. They probably don't know what they're talking about. So, hey, that's just my opinion, right? So it's not only like, and apart from that, I learned not to be afraid of sweeteners, artificial sweeteners. They have like 2 or 3 calories per bag, and that's enough for like a coffee in the morning. That's it. You don't have to use sugar, and sugar was keeping me very fat. For those of you who don't know, I was very fat. I was like 130 kilos when I was 15 years old, and that was crazy. I was so fat. I ate all the time. I couldn't control myself. I just found happiness in eating whatever I wanted all the time, and yeah, it was disgusting. And when I started to lose weight, I tried keto, I tried intermittent fasting and all this stuff. I tried the carnivore diet and all these complicated restrictive diets that you will only have for like 2 or 3 months if you have really a lot of willpower. And then you'll abandon it, you'll get fat again. Happened to me for years. So when I finally discovered, oh, well, you just get to eat stuff you like, but just, low calorie dense versions of it, I was like, that's brilliant. And I never thought about it. Instead of being like, oh, carbs make me fat, I cannot consume any carbs. Now I'm like, okay, so I can actually eat apples in the morning. I like apples. I hadn't eaten fruit for like 2 years because I thought the sugar from it was going to make me fat. In retrospective, that's very dumb. That's a really stupid statement that I was just listening to the wrong people on YouTube, basically. That's my problem. I also went to a lot of nutritionists and they told me weird stuff. Like some of them even gave me like pills to suppress my hunger. And I was always thinking, like, oh, well, what's gonna happen when I'm off these pills? Am I going to keep losing the weight or what? It's yeah, and it didn't happen. I stopped paying the nutritionist and whoop, all the weight came back. I'm not entirely blaming the nutritionist, but they should teach you how to eat, not how to suppress your hunger with a pill. That's dumb. I also discovered like this. Now I use this. It's like no sugar added syrup. amazing. It's like 4 calories in the whole thing. It's just crazy. Like, you can find all this stuff all the time. And also, I stopped being afraid of Diet Coke. I love this flavor. It's really good. I'm not sponsored by Coke or anything, but it's amazing. And you know what's the warning here? This is the warning. It have artificial flavors and artificial colors in it. Be careful, you might die from cancer. It's so dumb. Like, I don't know, and you see warnings on the food and you're like, oh well, this is really bad, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I just learned so much from this guy. I'm actually seeing gains when I'm working out. I'm eating, I am full all the time. I feel amazing. I'm never hungry. That's great. I was hungry all the time before. I was fighting against myself. Like, oh, don't eat. Oh, this is the window for eating. Oh, that was crazy. I can't believe I did that for years. That was dumb. That was stupid. And this is definitely the way of losing the weight. And I also found like something a little bit more debatable, but cup noodles, I just like them, you know? And it's like 300 calories for a cup. And sometimes that's my dinner. I know it's not very healthy, but you know, it's within my, so it fits my calorie deficit. So sometimes I just have it. Like, if I want to eat something, you know, and I feel like it, I just eat it. And yeah, it has almost no proteins, has more fat than protein, but at the end of the day, you know, calories in, calories out. So you can have one of these every now and then. It's not gonna kill you or anything. Now that I know that, I have so much freedom when I go to the supermarket, because I can just buy stuff I like, not stuff that I quote unquote need. So I just wanted to tell you guys, and I like to thank Coach Greg again for this, because yeah, he really changed my life, I have to say, definitely. Thank you for watching. Thanks. I'm just so happy I can't help it. Thank you, Coach. You're my hero. Goodbye.